What is up, guys? It is Tim here. I'm back at you with another video, and I have two very special knives on the table here today. Two incredibly large K-bars. I'll start with this one. It's the BK9 Combat Bowie from Becker. It is an absolute monster. And I have the K-bar Big Brother. This thing also is absolutely gigantic. I'll get into some of these specs here. I'll start with the Big Brother. Blade length on this one is 9.375. As you can see, partially serrated on the back there. It's got a 5-inch craton handle, which is a fancy word for rubber, I believe. Very, very grippy though. Thickness on it is 0.17, which I believe is the standard size for most of the fight utility K-bars. BK9, 9-inch blade, as the name states. I believe that's why they call it the BK9 anyway. But this has a 5.75-inch handle on it. Thickness on this is 0.19, so it's just a little bit bigger than the Big Brother. But one thing I wanted to get into about these, a little bit of advantages and disadvantages for both of them. Starting with the Big Brother, if you notice on this one, I'll try to put them next to each other so you can see. It is much thinner on the spine, and with that serration on there, it's just real thin. So if you're going to take either of these camping with you, I would definitely go with the BK9, just simply because if you were doing batoning on either of these, you would most likely break apart your baton just by how thin it is and the serrations on the back. They would just beat that up really fast. Whereas the Becker, it's got a real big solid spine on the back here. It doesn't even thin out until about a few inches until the end. And one more thing about the Combat Bowie. If you look, the point and the handle are actually directly in line with each other. So that would make this better for puncturing and stabbing and things like that. Whereas the Big Brother, it's not quite as straight to the point. It's got more of a curve going up for the Bowie shape, which makes it more of a slashing weapon for sure. But both of them are very big. Actually, the Becker is a tiny bit bigger, even though it has the smaller handle on there. It's got more length in the end here. Must be because of this gigantic glass breaker on the end, and it really does. It gives a very good grip in there. But also, it comes with this really rather crap Zytel plastic, which I just think K-Bar, they really try to sell their micarta handles, which is why I think they give such a crap handle with these, because they want you to spend that extra 40-something bucks for nice handles, which are absolutely worth it. I have the micarta handles on a different one, and they are very nice, and they are very easy to change the color on. Also, I've seen a bunch of videos out there of people changing the colors. But very pretty though, both of the knives. I think that the Big Brother is more of a display piece in my mind than the Big Brother. It just looks a little bit more industrial, like you would be using it for hard use things. But they're both very nice. I love them both. Personally, I would go with the BK9 just simply because it's got that thicker blade on it, and it also, I think it gives a better grip just simply because of the shape of the handle in there. But that rubber though, that's a really good. You'd be able to maneuver this a little bit more easily because that rubber is a little bit more grippy. I'll take a look at two sheaths that come with it. The Big Brother only comes with the leather sheath, that is standard for the majority of the K-bars. And if you notice, you can cut it pretty easily. I mean, it's got serrations on the back and a big old blade on the front, so there's a good chance that you'll end up cutting it. The Becker, on the other hand, it only comes with this nylon sheath, which is pretty decent. I found that this one, it does fit very snug inside there, and they do come with Kydex inserts in there. That is Kydex, and also down here is Kydex, and they also give you a little pouch in here that you can store whatever you like. One little interesting fact about these sheaths, they don't give you the knife with the Beckers anymore. They used to give you, I think it was the BK9, it's just big enough to fit inside there. I think it's like 2 or 3 inches or something like that, but very, very nice. And these nylon sheaths, though, they don't look the best, but they are pretty sturdy and solid. I've been using this one for a while now, and it holds its own. It's got the Molly on the back. That is just the compatibleness of the sheath. I can't remember who invented it, but it's a very nice feature to have on there. You can put this on just about anything, and you can customize it however you like. But overall, I think tactically, the Big Brother is a better fighting tool, whereas the Becker BK9 is more of a camping and, well, it's called a combat bow, so it's definitely a tactical weapon, but I think this is more geared towards chopping wood and things like that, whereas the Big Brother is definitely a this is a killing tool for sure. And also another thing about them, if you hold both of them in your hand, you'll feel that the movement on them, it just feels like the BK9 is a little bit more cumbersome in the ends, whereas the Big Brother feels like it's a little bit more weighted towards the center. You would be able to move this Big Brother more quickly, I think, than this BK9, just because of how much bigger or thicker the blade is on there, and it just feels like it's a little bit more difficult to wield than the Big Brother does. But also one thing I really like about these BK9s is that they give a big old piece of metal going right through the handle, which if you notice on the Big Brother, it just has a rod going through there. And I feel like that rod would most likely, I think it would give out before that would. I mean, that's definitely a substantial hunk of metal you got in there. And also that glass breaker is just absolutely gigantic. Overall though, both very, very pretty. I believe it's $95 for the Big Brother, and I think this is $90 to $110. I can't remember exactly, but they're right around the same price. And they're both very, very similar, except that, of course, this one is made by Becker. I think this one has the more classic K-bar look to it. So if you're going for that style, then it's all about preference, of course. And you'd be able to take either of these, and it would definitely do the job for whatever you need it to. They are just absolute monsters. Anyway, I hope you guys like them. Give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you like, and I will catch you next time.